Okay. Got it.
Okay, so
Okay.
how are things?
Everything is I want to say it's okay, but we have some challenges, but our attitudes are great towards it. Everybody got a little bug, the weather changed. So I had a little fever, gotta go get my test. I'm a post-kidney transplant patient, so I gotta go get my COVID test,
Yes.
make sure what it is. Okay, sounds like a cold, just take some Mucinex and NyQuil and wait it out. Okay, great. But now I'm kind of at home, a little fatigued, left work early on Friday. So it's like the house is kind of like being careful, but everybody's still pretty good. Everybody's in their separate rooms, sort of, and doing their thing. But after our last session, I really felt, that 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 happy, magical feeling inside with all the different energies that came through, and it really helped me to shift some things inside for myself.
Yeah, there was a lot of magic that got unlocked for you in our last session.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it's almost like, because the formula I got for you was more about that building on that magic than it was about healing. But yet when I was talking to the divine and to spirit this morning about this call, I got the sense that maybe there is a little bit of healing, around inner child stuff that would be valuable to touch upon today. So there may be value in addressing that first, in a way, and I don't want to put any thoughts, feelings, words in your mouth. So I would rather have a conversation and see how the energy I was tapping into wants to show itself instead of me showing you.
Yes, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be
Also,
from my awareness. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I did put in my diffuser for the call eucalyptus and lavender. So I feel like that's because you're maybe the eucalyptus is because you're feeling a little unwell, and it's just very cleansing and just bringing that energy of healing. And I think we both probably were very, very busy. Like you said, you were very busy. So the lavender is just bringing in that sense of calm. So I like that I was guided to put those oils on for today.
Yeah, that is nice. I when I go to work, there's a little bushes that I would like to go and grab some lavender and bring it with me. But since we talked, there was even more of more special now, the meaning and behind these little beauties.
Yeah. I think I did put, I did. One of the lavender is in your formula. And I might as well just tell you what's in it. I think what I'm going to end up doing, because I've been so busy, I haven't been able to send it out, which I apologize for, but I think it was meant, because I think I'm just going to end up sending you one bottle for last call, one bottle for today's call, and just send it once, because shipping is so expensive. So it's easier to just do it together.
Yeah, I think that would work out best too.
Yeah. So sorry, but sometimes it's like a happy accident sometimes,
Yeah, it'll help Mother Nature to only ship it once and have all those fuses out there.
Well, that's also a really nice way to look at it. So, okay, so there's the other flowers is Mount Shasta Wood Rose, which is one of my favorite essences. And it's really beautiful for feeling into the deepest feelings in your heart. And it also helps connect you to the energy of Telos, the city of light at Mount Shasta, and the Lemurian energies of love that are present there. So I find it intensely supportive for the ascension journey and for being able to continue to expand and be able to greater serve. It's very powerful. And The second one that came through is Fairy Rose, which is very magical and speaks to your deep connection with plants and wanting to work with the earth and to support you more deeply in connecting with the elementals
Mm.
and the fairy realms. And so it's going to help that magic that we really brought forward in that last session. It's going to help bring that forward more and have that become a more common energy and frequency that you're feeling in all of your interactions with nature. So, or at least more and more, and being able to kind of communicate more with that wisdom more directly from the heart.
Mm.
And with that, we have one gem that came forward, which was Lemurian quartz, which makes sense because we've got the Mount Shasta wood rose also bringing in Lemurian energy. And we already know that Lemurian is like super important for your purpose. Just to help activate your.
I'm right here. I'm with you.
Okay. It's just to help activate your DNA to remember that Lemurian memory. And it also could potentially really help to activate your light language as well. If that's something that you want.
Yes. I'd like to, communicate.
Yeah, I feel like there's some throat thing there clearing because it's like a little. My voice is a little, so it's like I think that Noel's clearing his throat chakra.
Yeah, I definitely am. Yeah, it's in there.
Awesome. And I also got borage, which is all about courage, igniting courage, and to move forward on your path with bravery and deter some level, like not like a aggressive determination, but just with like a self-confidence, with faith.
Yes.
And even if it's new, things that are new or different. And then I also got Star Magnolia, which is like very powerful for anyone that's really connecting to those heavenly realms. We connected to the heavenly realms in your last call. It was just very it was very pure. You have that ability to connect purely, and the ascended masters, which include Jesus and others, connect really powerfully through the spirit of Star Magnolia flower. So that is in there as well. So it's a really magical, beautiful energy. And then the additional ones that I got were the lavender, which just helps to clear and relax and receive, like remove any of those anxieties that would prevent you from receiving all of this higher energy, which was really, when I did that lavender ceremony that I posted on Facebook, you could really tap into that. It was very fifth dimensional energies that were coming through. Or that I was able to kind of transmit, like even the microphone couldn't pick up everything I was saying because it was very high frequency. So it will help with that. And I think you're meant to help ground those energies into the earth, which is why you've got the fairy rose there and the Lemurian quartz. Like you're playing an important role to activate all these 5D portals in the earth that are opening up as we move into 2022. And then, so the last one I have here is aster, which is really good for New England. Aster is like more, maybe one commonly known aster. And it really helps to help you have this sort of out of body and not be so attached to the body, which helps you just to release like the carbon-based body. It's not about actually dying, but it's about allowing some of the old densities in your body to transform it so you can hold more light, because when you're working with Star Magnolia and Lemurian quartz, you're taking on, and Mount Shasta wood rose, you're taking on a lot more light. So it's to help make that more fluid and calm with the lavender, but then with the lavender and with the aster being just making you feel more okay with being in a sort of transmuted body. It also helps to balance the brain and bring together the right and left hemispheres of your brain
Oh,
so that you
that's
can
beautiful.
have that
Yeah, I like this.
pineal gland open. Yeah.
Mm,
And then the more your pineal gland can open, the more your crown
mhm.
chakra can open, and the more you can receive all this God code, this
Oh, I
basically
see.
this Godhead kind
Mm,
of insight and
mind.
consciousness. Yeah.
Mm.
So, and then
Awesome.
also I got, now this isn't something that would be something I would send you, but they mentioned, oh, interesting. That's interesting. See, I forgot that I wrote this in my notes when I put on my diffuser today. It said specifically for grounding, they want you to use eucalyptus oil. And I
Oh,
put the
no,
eucalyptus on
really?
today.
Okay.
Shows you how good my short-term memory is. And so do you have eucalyptus oil at home?
I do. I do. I have my set here. I love eucalyptus. I used to do it a lot. I don't know what happened, but I love the eucalyptus and peppermint combination before I go to bed
Mm-hmm.
on my temples, and then it's kind of relaxing,
Oh,
you know.
that's nice. That's nice.
But I do use eucalyptus.
And the other ones that they mentioned was vetiver, which is
Anyway.
a very earthy, deep, resinous oil. It has a really nice masculine scent. I've actually never been guided to use it with my female clients, but it comes up a lot with my males. So it's really powerful for helping ground in that like divine masculine kind of energy. And I think it also really helps with the grounding. And then the last one, which they weren't really like it, what I didn't really get clear guidance as to why, but the cannabis sativa oil, not to like take for, any sort of psychotropic or anything, but just there was something about how that in combination with the vetiver might be beneficial as well.
Huh?
So only if it's legal where you live to
Mhm.
get by
Oh yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Disclaimer, which it is where I live. And I believe if you're in California, it is as well, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I did have my eucalyptus, but like I ran out. I'm gonna grab some
Oh,
water 1 second, okay?
yeah,
My
yeah, yeah.
my water's it ran out. I've been drinking so much.
I can feel that you're feeling not totally well. I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that.
You're still in my ear, so you can keep talking though.
Okay. All right.
I just made it easier for us to talk.
All right. Okay. Okay. So I mean that's your formula. Like that's what I got for the last call. So I don't know if you have any thoughts or feelings about it, but I think you'll enjoy it. I think it'll be very magical for you. Like I said, you may end up wanting to, depending on how today's call goes, use the other one first, because there may be like if there's anything healing wise that wants to be cleared before you get into all the juju, then I as a trained flower essence therapist, that would be the right way to do it. That would be the regular protocol, is do the deeper healing work first.
Mm-hmm.
So
With the
and just because
essences.
yeah, like if there's anything around um anger, abandonment from childhood that still wants a little closure,
Mm-hmm.
better to resolve that before moving forward in the developing these higher levels with God and your divine self. So
Yes. I
because
agree.
it will
I agree with that.
facilitate the process when we do this sort
Yes.
of gritty work. It makes it actually easier and safer to open up in a way that's very grounded.
Yes, I like the way you put that. Yes, I agree with all that.
Awesome.
Yeah. I
Awesome.
wouldn't want to move forward. When I that reminds me of like when I had my conversation with my Reiki teacher, where I wouldn't want to comfortably move forward until I cleared some of my own issues, because it'll be projected in my work and my teachings. And I don't want to move forward with some of that baggage still. Just wanted to let go so my words can be more pure as I do my work, because I want my work to be the for the highest of everyone involved. So to do that, I don't want to bring some of my words through in the wrong way. Not in the wrong way, but I just want it to come out in the best way possible. And to do that, I think what you said says it perfectly, where let's clear some of this so we can replace that space with higher vibrational energies to
Which
carry
you
forward.
have in spades.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
You have a really amazing, pure connection with the divine. And it's important that you do find your way to how you're going to share that fully with yourself so that you can fully receive it and appreciate it first and foremost, but then
Mm,
also ultimately share that with others who also need it, you know?
yeah. Let my cup run over.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So feeling such a beautiful energy of peacefulness today that's coming in. There's a lot of, just so
Mm.
you're aware of the energetics. I'm not sure if you watched the last reading I did on Facebook with cards, but I was like talking about how there's a lot of divine feminine energies coming in.
Oh no, it was on my to-do list. No.
And it's about half an hour long or so, if you have time.
Mm,
And there's a lot of divine feminine coming in to help with this inner child healing and shadow work. Oh yeah, the shadow came up as well for you this morning. And it's like it's hard to really put into words exactly why I saw what I saw, but they did show me the devil card in the tarot. Not because you are embodying that energy like in your current present self at all, because you're so pure. It's almost like I just felt that there is this inner child healing around where there's a little anger and resentment about these feelings of abandonment, and a lot of it is towards your mom. And it was and that was where there was, until that kind of fully resolves, that was where there was this room for this shadow of attachment, because sometimes the devil just represents attachment, but can also represent attachment to the physical world, the physical body, attachment to doing things in an old way, clinging to our old habits, not fully stepping into our spiritual self, maintaining status quo. It could be all of those things to some extent, where we're addicted to our material reality because of something that happened, some trauma, which in your case has to do with this abandonment energy and how that made you feel anger. So this is what I
mm,
tapped
yes.
into.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm just going to pause and be really quiet, and you can tell me how that resonates and how you're feeling right now about your mom.
Yeah, all of that really resonates on a lot of levels. Even like yeah, the narcissistic behavior that my mother has. Yes, that does bother me, but I'm trying to find the right like logical information to just be to live in forgiveness for it, because it's like, it's not her fault she has that. She probably has trauma she's dealing with too. We're all dealing with something. But to like kind of separate myself from that and not like dive into the X's and O's of what happened in my life, but just like that energy. I just like see that energy in many lifetimes and many different, spaces and time. It's still the same energy, but I don't want to speak through the hurt anymore. Like it's time to transcend that. I feel like I saw myself in a video when I came home one day from work. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna record it and see how it comes home, because it's always like, hey, dad's home, everybody's home. When I came home, and then I kind of just like just walked by my mom because she's like that. So I gave her the same resonant energy, and I was like, oh, that didn't look good from from me seeing myself, and I was like, no, that's not me. So I kind of just want to like just be me and not let all the hurt kind of portray who I am. That's how that makes me feel.
I feel on a soul level, you're really ready to let it go. Like my hands are just in this very open, sort of peaceful position. And I feel an energy of peace. And it would allow you to soften a little bit more. Not that you're a rigid person, but soften
Mm.
more towards yourself and how you relate to you and who
Mm.
you really
Oh
are.
yeah, yeah. I've got that you're hard on yourself, not on a lot of different ways too. Yeah.
What would your mom, if she was here right now, like watching this conversation, what would she say to you? I don't know why they're asking me to say that, but what do you think she'd say to you?
Hey, why are you watching that crazy stuff on your computer? Like she told me like, what is this? Who is this girl you're talking to? Wasting your money on there. What are you doing? Like, I don't know, something like that. Like, it's all about the what's around me. And and that part too, I feel like is like a cultural thing, because us Filipinos, like you go to a Filipino house and there's all kinds of stuff everywhere because we had that poverty mindset growing up, and the more we have around us, the more comfortable we are. And then so that's how like most Filipino families are like the feel of them, because there's this that cultural, like Filipino moms are the typical, and my mom's the typical, like her sister and her mom, like that. When what's the mean typical, like the angry mom always being dominant and taking control. It's like kind of a thing. That's what she would do, seriously. Uh, but she's warming up though. Like she's not so like rigid like she used to be. She's softening up, and just not like, it's funny, the frequency between me and her, it has a certain rigid frequency, but with my children, it flows much more freely. So I kind of like, oh, see, there's stuff there, but not there. That's kind of interesting. You can see the energy flows with the relationships, and it's just funny that way.
Oh, interesting. As you said that, my daughter, I have a little picture of my daughter on my desk here, and she was just like sending me some like vibes. And it was like in it good vibes, but it was like
Yeah.
it's like very playful, very loving. And I think she's sending them to share with you as part of your own inner child healing because she's a master at that. Like she came in my life to heal my own inner child.
Mm,
and
that's beautiful.
and she's a sorry, she's a cancer, a second degree cancer. So she's very fluid with emotions and that loving energy of nurture, even though she's a child. And yeah, I'm just here. Like, it's almost like she's being a guide witnessing. She just like wants you to forgive yourself. Like that you couldn't appease your mother and all of her demands, her requirements. That maybe came up one time we were talked about how like everything had to be so specific for her.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that did.
I'm hearing like it was exhausting. It was a little exhausting for you. Is that correct? Or
Yeah, well, yeah, it would be exhausting just because it's unrelenting, unrelenting
I'm
force that doesn't
I'm
let up.
just really wondering now, actually, as I see this, if part of why you became sick was because your mother's energies that she was putting on you were taxing your body a lot, and it made you more susceptible to those illnesses.
Mm,
It feels like
no,
that.
yeah, I guess not in general terms. I guess it could have been because I my mother gave me asked me to move in and take over the house, her house that I moved out of. And then I did feel like I needed to get a full-time job before I finished getting my degree. And then the first week of that full-time job, I got sick with dialysis. So that kind of falls in line with the story that I tell myself. What happened that I that story. And then I remember like it was a trying time. It was like 2008, the whole recession. And no, but it was 99, 98. Yeah, I just graduated early 20s, started to go on my own, and that's when I got sick. Yeah, interesting. But then the house that sort of started it all was my safe haven for my dialysis, because I would do it in this room in this right in this location, and it was able to help me through those times. So it's always been kind of one of those things like, why am I still here? So interesting. Like there's something going on and feel in this location in this land or something. I don't know. Like I can't get away
Leprechauns.
from here. I don't know. I can't get away from here. So me and my wife like, I can't believe we're still here. Me neither. But we're here. And but so there's just we just keep, there's a reason God putting us here for a reason. We're just gonna just
Yeah.
go with it. And it's a safe haven. Well, we have nice neighbors. I mean, there's a lot of positives.
Feels like there's happy energy where you are in the earth elementally. Feels like happy. So
Yeah.
good. So just to clarify, to make sure I heard you correctly, because um, it was just a little bit unclear. So when it was after you moved in with your mom, not long after that you had to do the dialysis.
Oh no, okay, let's see. I was I lived with my mom, and then I moved out. But then when I came, my mom retired, so I had to move back in. So now when I moved back in, it was me, my I moved. Oh my God, she was just a girlfriend at the time too. Oh, when I moved back, my whole life kind of started, I guess, because I literally just moved my stuff in, and then my mom was living in this house by herself, and then I met my girlfriend at the time, Chow, and within a few weeks, she moved in with me in the house too. So my mom needed me to come in, and I met my future wife, and we all kind of just like all of a sudden just came in and lived in this house. Um, but I'm sorry, she was not living by herself. She was living with my brother and his wife. So mom had my brother Alan, his wife, and a daughter, and then she couldn't pay rent because my brother was also on dialysis, like the same treatment that I was doing, but a different style. So he was sickly also. And then so she's like, "Hey, you need to help us out." So I came back in and moved back in. Didn't realize I was gonna end up bringing a girl too because I got her pregnant. And then
Sir, oh,
but the
so you,
doctor,
did you get you and your wife got pregnant before you were married, or is that
yes,
okay?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. Like the doctor told me I couldn't have kids, and I told her we only been together like 3 weeks, and told her, "Hey, you feel this relationship feels amazing with you, but I can't have kids. So if you want to have kids, I understand if you want to move to another relationship because that's not my future. Because the doctor told me I can't have kids." She's like, "No, we'll work it out." Okay, cool. And then like a couple weeks later, she's pregnant, and we're like, "Oh, hey doc, I thought we couldn't have kids." And then, "Oh well, there are percentages." I was like, "Oh really?" And then, but it's for a reason because I mean our kids are just so amazing and just our life is just so blessed with them. So it was like I met her and boom, and then another one. And anyways, yeah. So we kind of in 1999. Yeah, 1999 is it? No, 2000. Oh my God, I don't even know, 2005, something like that. We all got together in the house and then helped out with my mom. But then my brother passed away after moving in with him, and now me, Chow, and my mom all living together since in this house.
Okay. Your mom's always lived with you there.
Yeah, she's always here. She's like that. Like I told her, oh, we might go somewhere. I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna die in this house. I'm like, it's not even your house. Like it's my house. Like, but she's still like not going nowhere. So that's like a weird conversation we have to have when we end up moving.
Yeah, I feel it like down in my sacral area, like where I guess, where you would find those organs like your kidney, your liver, and all that kind of stuff. Um, and it feels like there's an issue because of things that happened in your childhood that were not resolved energetically. And it's hard to fully flesh those out 100% while you're living with your mom, because you've like been living with your mom this whole time. But I don't feel like the issues are so much anything that's happening now. Doesn't feel like that. Um, I see like you like the little boy you. There's something that like he still needs to hash out, and it's connected to your sacral chakra, right? So have you, what, this is a good time to start asking, like, how much inner child healing work have you done before? And how have you connected with you as a little boy in other healing before?
Yeah, I've participated in like one special meditation I did in a group online was with inner child healing because of it was in the midst of this Save the Children from last year and thinking, well, you have to save yourself first before you start saving children. And so it was in that concept. I was like, okay, well, so we did an inner child meditation, and I could go back in my memory and remember those times where it would be something would happen or she would do something, and then I would be like, I'll show you. I'll sit here until you come find me because you can't or like I'll show you. I'll make you come find me or something, or and then that defeat when, oh man, she really didn't even look for me or anything. Like you just get up, kind of. That's that's like that abandonment sinking feeling that I was working through, and then that inner child just kind of envisioning myself visiting that time and comforting myself through that moment, and like sort of opening up a channel for self love in that way for the inner child, you know. And it's funny though because I feel like I'm like a big kid. Like I don't know how inner child trauma is supposed to work, but I mean, I feel like I'm kind of like an inner child, but then I gotta like tone it down just because my work or something. You know, I feel like there's an inner child strong in me. I don't know. Interesting though.
Yeah.
Consider myself a big kid, but a responsible big kid.
Yeah. Well, I feel purity, like even just tapping in to the energy, like underneath that density that I'm feeling, it's just all light. It's just all that purity. And yeah, I totally hear you, that feeling of like innocence that you carry 100%. It's I think it would be beneficial to have a conversation like with your inner child right now and sort of like flesh this out so that this can go, because um yeah, I'm still hearing that there is resentment towards your mom that needs to be fleshed out so that this energy can go and allow you to fully kind of heal and move forward and step into your throne that we worked on in your Akashic records last week.
Mm.
Your royal throne. So if you want, I invite you to close your eyes and put your hands over your hara space, like over your lower abdomen. Tap into your sacral chakra. And I want you to visualize yourself as a young boy and looking up at your mom, and try and identify for me, instead of me just telling you what I'm seeing, try and identify for me how old you feel that you are.
I'm like a foot away from her elbow. So maybe like 3, 4-ish.
Yeah, around 4. Okay, good. Yeah. And something happened, like, and you were bad. Maybe you knocked something over. You tell me, you were bad. You did something wrong. What do you see? What did you do that was so bad and wrong?
Well, my first instinct is to say like a vase or something was knocked over. That was
A vase was knocked over. That's what you see.
yeah, yeah, something that was around like on a in the living room or something that was very nice got pushed over and fell like a vase, nice vase.
And how's your mom? She's pretty angry, right? How's she reacting?
Oh, this time I see a belt a belt being whipped on me, and then like this.
She used a bell.
Yeah, like a belt to hit me
Yeah,
like this.
I sense the energy of being livid. Feels like livid. Yeah, that would
Yeah,
be somebody who's livid. Yeah.
yeah.
And how do you feel? How does 4-year-old Noel feel about this incident?
Like, what's going on? What happened?
And try and really
Uh,
get into that experience as much as you can and as much out of adult Noel. So you don't little Noel, you don't understand why this is happening, right?
no, yeah, this is just like confusion and pain and just just survival from from a person that's supposed to take care of you. Like, what is this? What is this? Why is this hurt on my hamstrings, on my lower back? It's just like why am I getting so much of a beating for this? It was not my fault. It was an accident. You know, I didn't know, and then just like really hurtful. Can't believe this person would do that to me.
Do you feel a little destroyed and defeated, little Noel?
Yeah, I went. I better not do anything, or else I'll get hit again.
Do you want to hide?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go over here and go play with my toys. Just stay in my room.
Are you so ashamed of what you did wrong?
Yeah, like, oh, that's what I get, I guess, because they knocked over the base. So what else am I gonna do? Just there's a lot of crying, a lot of crying, and at the same
Little
time, no
Noel, you've
communication,
been sorry, what?
and at the same time, no communication. Like just a beating, and then no comfort, no explaining, no just you broke it, you just get a beating, and that's it. There's no just a raw punishment with no closure, no compassion, no comfort, not even explanation, or just like I don't know what that was.
Little Noel, I see you like curled up in like a little ball all alone in the dark. You're just all alone. Nobody was there to comfort you.
No,
Nobody came to comfort you. No one came to apologize or say they were wrong. No one apologized for striking you.
Nobody came.
And so this whole time you've been all alone. You've been waiting here in this little ball the whole time, all alone. You don't have to be alone anymore. We're here to rescue you and bring you home. And tell you how much you're loved and cared for and supported. How important you are. How needed you are. What does adult Noel want to say to little Noel right now? From what he knows as an adult about love. To send love to this part of yourself that has been all alone this whole time.
You are love. We are love. It's also like, I got you. This is part of the plan. It's time.
Can you go and give little Noel a big hug and hold him in your arms? How does it feel to hold him?
Feels comfortable. It's actually
So the last
feels
word
warm.
was a little it's just a little muffled. How does it feel?
I said it feels safe. It feels warm.
Yeah.
As you were speaking, I could see little Noel, curling up like a dark image, and then it turned into a cat, and then the cat changed colors and turned into a small little lion, and then started growing into a bigger lion to adulthood until it went back to the boy that I came for. And now
He's
that we're
he's
boys,
he's able, he can grow up, right?
yes,
That piece of you is able to now melt and grow up out of that stuck energy, that dense energy that was frozen inside for so long. And so now he's growing up. How old is he now? Is he like teenager, 12, 13? How old is he now?
like in his 30s.
He's in his
In
30s.
his 30s. Yeah. Be hard to see like
Okay, so let's allow him to dissolve. There is a pit stop that I think maybe it's another aspect of you that we sort of met with on your journey forward. It feels like I see you like graduating. So I don't know if you're graduating high school or if you're graduating from some college, but I see you graduating. It feels probably like high school because your energy feels still a little bit younger. Okay.
Okay.
And there's something about that time that wants to be addressed here also. I'm hearing rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
Rebellion. You were not able to. Can you tap into that you at that age?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I don't know if you're like 18 years old or
Yeah,
around then.
18.
You tell me how old you are.
18.
18. Okay.
18 years old, yes.
Okay.
And tap into that high school aspect of myself.
Yeah, tap right in there. I'm hearing
Uh,
rebellion, stuff around liking girls. Um,
like the rebellion? Do I see myself as a rebellion? I just like I just had like this big ego, I know, and when I was in high school, 12th grade, because went from that quiet guy you know even notice to all of a sudden going to high school where I was a sporty kid, so once I started getting into sports, then all of a sudden the girls came,
and there's something
and
about the girls. It's like really
the
coming
girls
forward.
came, yeah, and then because you know when you start winning, all the girls all of a sudden they start noticing, and yeah, I wasn't, but I was not. I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say I was deviant. I was very kind of. I don't know. But
I'm
yeah,
not saying
that was
you
a
were, but there's
yeah.
something about this, and I'm not even sure yet what it is, but it wants to be addressed because there's an importance to it.
Yeah,
So
well, I just remember I just felt so confident at that time. That was like a really confident moment in my life where like I was on cloud nine. You know, I was, I had my
yeah,
friends around me. It was times were great.
yeah,
The
you
school was
broke
going great.
free, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And you were
yeah. That's a good.
seen. You were seen.
Yes, yes. Well, that's a good way to put it. I was seen. Yeah, I had importance. You know, there was something about me, and so those were like the heydays, the classical. Oh, my high school days. I would have blah blah blah. That was kind of how I see my high school years. You know, and I would like to tap into those energies again. That's that. It's almost like not an ignorance, but just like I don't know, like things just didn't bother me
Maybe
so much
that's
then.
part of what this is because it's like I was like, wait a minute, like as I don't know is growing up here, he's skipping over something that needs to be brought forward. So there's something about that energy of 18-year-old like you that wants to grow up with you that wasn't able to fully grow up with you. So the question is why?
Hmm. Why wouldn't he want to grow up? Oh, because the real world is harsh. Oh my gosh. When I started getting into the real world, oh my God, so much stress. Like
Poverty
no
consciousness.
poverty consciousness. I don't know what I'm doing in my life. What am I like? What do I do? Do I go to college? What college do I go to? Do I go to this one? I don't even have a car. Let me go to this counseling thing at the college and see. I'll just sign up for what am I supposed to do? Do you have a counselor? Yeah. How does this college thing work? You know, nobody's. I'm just trying to figure it out now since I graduated. Like kind of like no guidance. It's, you know, like oh, what
Oh
am I
wow,
supposed
I
to do?
feel a
Just
really unshaky energy as you said no guidance. Yeah, you felt unstable. You needed a stronger masculine figure to help you carry that confidence forward that was
hmm
vacant.
yeah. There's no a positive male role model in my life. Like there was zero. The only person that I had to really lean on was my coach. He
Yeah.
was the wrestling coach for me and my brother, and then football coach for some of my other friends, but I had moved on. But I still talk to him today. Coach Frank O'Connor, he really showed respect for me and gave me respect for myself and helped me through those
And it
times.
grounded you. And this is making sense because they're talking about like these oils that like the vetiver and the eucalyptus for grounding in your masculine energy. And so you actually would really benefit also from reestablishing this sort of relationship with the masculine, this divine masculine role model. I'm not saying it has to be your coach when you're 18, but there's someone that's important for you that if you don't already know them, that you will be connecting with soon. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you know, that whole time of my life and after high school, you know, who really helped me, I still remember when, especially when I was in the 20s, was the male father figure that helped me was Jesus. When as a
Yes.
kid, it was just a story, whatever. But when you're getting, you know, going through dialysis at 24, and you're like, the hell's going on? My body don't work. Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get old anymore. I'm just gonna die early. Those early die early people. I don't know, what's this Jesus guy had to say? And I was like, oh man, it's because I like the way he. Oh, that's yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then he showed me the 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 blueprint that best fit my beliefs.
I felt that. I felt like this energy of like, it was just like you were just so shaken and you just so did not have the guidance and that you needed. And it was very ungrounding as you kind of went out into the world. And I saw that the light came in so powerful. And that was Jesus and that was the Heavenly Father. The only thing is though, is that there's an aspect of like, how do I put this? Like, it could be a little part of your sickness had to do with just wanting to go home and having a hard time without that sort of role model in the physical 3D, like your coach in that masculine form, that was making it hard for you to fully move forward in the physical. And there was this yearning for home. And actually, I'm feeling that part of why you had a child, you know, surprisingly and accidentally, and be like part of why you actually became a father was because it helped ground you into that relationship. Even if you were the father, not the one being fathered, it still ground you into that relationship that you needed in form to move forward. So how does it feel when I say all of that?
Yeah, it resonates with me. That not having that male aspect of my life was big for me because there's a lot of shame in that for me also. Can't even change a tire. Who's gonna show me how to change a tire? Or just go get an auto class and find out how to be a man.
He's gonna tell me how to flirt with girls.
Yeah, like they're gonna show me, or oh man, and also some pride. Oh, you know, some of the. It's so surprising the people that I've listened to throughout the years who helped kind of balance me over because I was like so far over. Women are on a pedestal, and I should do whatever they say, so I'll feel love and I'll do anything. The my best friend saying, "Hey, you should listen to this guy, Tom Likas. He's on the other spectrum, but you know, you could like get a couple tips from him." And he was so like a, a, a different kind of information, but it helped me balance. Like, oh yeah, why do I give all my power? Where's my power in this relationship? Oh yeah, where's the dynamic? Oh, you know what? I don't always have to. Why do I always have to do everything? Why don't you do something? And then there's like a self-respect issue. It even happened with my niece. I've been catering to her all my life, but she's like, "How come I haven't seen you? I just moved to California." And I told her, "Because you haven't seen me. Like, why do I always have to go out?" And that's a little, that's a different energy that I'm living with now. And that fatherhood aspect, like, I really feel like it was like, you know, I was built to be a dad. I'm like, I feel like I'm the coolest dad. Like that, you know, I was built to be a dad. I don't know how to say it. Like kids, you know, kids are so moldable and got so much promise in their life. You wanna have a person like me around to help them, you know, flourish. You know, that's my job. You know, and yeah, I'm very fortunate to be in that role. Right there.
My heart is just like so open and flooded with love. And I feel this is so central to your purpose.
Yes.
And our greatest wounds often become our greatest healing that we can offer others. And you're meant to play this role for more than your own children, but for others, for your,
Yes.
I'm hearing for your extended family, in some way for the earth. And just for your whole tribe, you know, they're saying your whole tribe, community. And I hear you. I feel like your main father is the father, you know, and that makes sense when we think back to our Akashic session. And that deepening that spiritual relationship more and more is going to help you with the Heavenly Father more and more is going to help you to fulfill your purpose even more than you already are. I guess what I'm trying to feel into is what in the physical would be supportive of you. I'm hearing like a brotherhood energy. Like
Oh,
there, like there needs to be some brotherhood that supports you also. And yeah, I'm hearing like some sort of like for like not in a dark way, not in like, you know, not like some like, you know, weird university thing, but like some sort of fraternity, some sort of brotherhood. Like-minded masculine souls who are really devoted to their families, like you are, just really feeling a real sacredness to a bond that you, if you don't already know these people, that you're going to have with this like small group of masculine souls. Just and it'll be very supportive, and it makes me almost a little bit emotional, actually, because it's really sacred. So I'll stop talking and you can, because it sounded like you maybe wanted to say something to that.
no, I don't even remember which part. But um, you were saying that the sacred masculine are people that I would meet or already on my life. What are you saying?
I feel like you know at least one or two of these souls already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do feel like,
but there might be more. Like there might ultimately be like 3 or 4. Does that make sense?
yeah, this whole year I've been connecting with more people with the similar energy and in combination with our families, which has been comforting to have, you know, not only parents that we can bond with, but the children can bond together. So I do feel that that dynamic has been building throughout the year, and even at my work too. We're always getting new people at work, and there's been some good souls at work that you know it's been feel good to be around.
Yeah, it's and the energy I'm feeling around your work is there's good people there, but it's not I don't feel this is people from your place of employment.
Oh, yeah. Well, then there is this core group that we have vacations with. It's my wife's friends
Hmm.
that that we connect with on a family level. Guess the work when they're just like, oh yeah, we gotta go hang out, but we haven't. But this other group, we go on camping trips, parties. We had one this weekend, but everybody got sick.
So
So
the
this is a
way
group
I'm
that we.
feeling the energy is that you're 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 friends with your wife. All those people are people that you serve. It's more like you said you had a like I think you have a Reiki teacher, a Reiki master, and
Oh yes, yeah.
like that's one
James.
of the people that you've met that's part of this group that I'm speaking of for sure.
Oh, well, I have been working more on my crystal business. 2 years ago, in the heights of 2020, I went over and had my first Reiki session with him. I only worked with Brenda, which is his female counterpart, for the Reiki, their boyfriend and girlfriend. It's amazing that they work together. But I was always going to her with, and then just like 2020, I said, oh, I should really connect with James. So I got a session with him and wanted to really start doing my work uh, with my crystal business and teaching. And then he gave me a bunch of good information to get started with and to call him back when I got everything situated. And it's been over a year and something. But it wasn't like there's still that subconscious thing floating around. But after our session, I really felt like the ball rolling to try it over again with these because I feel like these new energies and it'll be different and it'll come out easier. Or I'll learn more from my mistakes from the past, and maybe just keep on rolling on, not just be afraid to have challenge. And so I started. So I actually was working on my list of crystal bracelets to buy to go back with James to because the relationship. Yeah, he's a really good dude, but he lets me go through things on my own time. So he's just there,
Yeah.
kind of when I'm ready.
There's a lot of power for you in working with the crystals and working with people who this person who you have a relationship with around working with the crystals. And I even see you in the future leading workshop. Maybe I don't know if it's multiple workshops or what, but I see you leading a workshop with crystals to teach people about crystals.
Mm,
So I feel like it's very important, like very resonant for you. I actually think I'm going to send you the Lemurian quartz separate so you can work with it separate because technically you're not really supposed to blend flowers and gems anyway. I mean, you can with like clear quartz, you can kind of put it with anything, but I think I'm going to send it separate.
yeah.
And you already have a bunch of Lemurian quartz too.
Oh, I do.
This yeah, it's important for you to work with those.
Important to work with those.
But yeah, there's just, yeah, like if there's a, it's very resonant and alignment for you, crystals. It's like really important for your soul purpose. And then any sort of like masculine figures that you've associated with that have, supported you in that, or that may support you that with that in the future. Part of this sort of like brotherhood is really going to ground your spiritual purpose and your foundation spiritually on this earth. And then you have a lot to share with your family, friends, tribe, circle. So it's really beautiful. Your energy, if I, before I kind of close this channel, like it's, it is more grounded, deeply earthy, masculine, um, embodied than where you're at right now. So you're going to be deepening more into your masculine, and that, like, almost like that Cernunnos energy, actually, which makes sense because you actually do have more, like, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but you have more sexual energy, masculine sexual energy than that you were more tapped into when you were 18 than you fully own right now. And that's not bad. It's not, but it's like, and that actually is kind of making sense, where, again, going back to the devil card that I saw this morning, because what that card represents sex. And so owning your sexuality and your sexual energy more is going to help to actually ground you in this energy and this work with the crystals. And there's nothing about it, just to clarify, that's aggressive or controlling. It's very sensual, and it really deepens your masculine connection with the earth, and working with the earth in a way that's like, and the feminine in a way that's really sensual and respectful. So you have a really important role, really beautiful. And I see you being more a little bit more maybe assertive, but not, again, aggressive, a little more assertive, and stronger in your intuition, and a little bit more authoritative. None of this is in ways that are like egotistical. It's coming from self-confidence and from self-love. And again, it comes back to like that confidence that you were kind of feeling, when you were at the end of high school, and why that's that energy, and allowing that to mature, not to just reclaim it as an 18-year-old version of the energy, but to allow that energy to mature to Noel as an adult, is actually going to be so healthy for you. And like, I actually want to cry when I say that, because that's like what been one of the important missing links. So
bring them into my life. I see.
Yeah,
that does feel good, because looking back, I would look back with a sense of failure for some reason, but it was not. Like, let's go, Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, when you said brotherhood, like, yeah, the brotherhood word does resonate. I didn't, I sometimes some things happen, you just kind of block it out. But the last week, I left work early. I was at work. I was pulling a container, and a big wheel hit my head. I was like, oh, my head don't feel good. I better leave work. So I left work, and as I was driving home, I was like, oh, you know what? I was talking to my wife. Yeah, I left work. Oh, you know what though? My daughter's off. Hannah's off right now. I'm just gonna pick her up. No, my mom went already, but I'll just drive by. Anyways, I saw my brother there, and then I was like, why is my brother there? My twin. why is he there? You know, he's not even around my family. And we had a falling out. That's the term. And then I was thinking, and okay, I was gonna leave, but I was like, no, but she's my daughter. So I just didn't want to be confrontational. Like, okay, higher self, just be with me here, and not to say anything too aggressive. But then when I went there, I was like, oh hey, I was like, hey, how you doing? Oh look, did you see Charles? I was like, oh yeah, hey. Oh, so you guys, you and Hannah, you and Charles come pick up Hannah over here sometimes? She goes, oh yeah, just if he's in the area. Oh, okay. And then I started looking for her, and then he left. And in my eyes, I was kind of like, it was like a couple of days before it was a day before my birthday on the 7th. And then I remember just not feeling so great because that's my brother. We shared a birthday, but the situation is still kind of because of how he is and his wife and their family and my family dynamic. And when you said brotherhood, first thing was that negative energy that from my brother that we're sharing right now. So when you said mention James, that is a strong brotherhood that I have with him. You know, when he speaks to me, I feel a sense of empowerment when I speak to him. Like it's not weird where a guy's always trying to be on talk like this. I get that a lot from work. Guys are always trying to talk with their ego. Makes you feel like, oh, okay, all right. He's really genuine and he opens up. And then my brother, he's sort of like that with me all the time. Always trying to how important he is. Okay, and
It's because he's insecure.
yeah, yeah, and sometimes it's hard to be around him. You don't want to make him feel bad. Oh, dude, stop it! You're overbearing. Just trying to work out with you. I can't even work out with you because you're always. Oh, never mind. I can't work out with
He's
you.
really ungrounded. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's sort of like one of those challenges inside with brotherhood. But I'm using the tough love approach, but like I don't, and it's almost like, is it fair for him or not unfair? Is he learning or is he not learning? Is it my problem or is it not even my problem? You know what I mean? So it's just there, but I'm like just letting it be, and not trying to like when I saw him, not try to agitate the situation. But I really need to know, hey, you guys are coming picking up my daughter all the time? You're like, I mean, I need to know. Like, what happens? He just decides to, oh, hey, Charles, just pick her up. My mom just says, just pick her up. I don't want that because my intuition always tells me I'm not safe around him. Like when I'm driving in the car, I feel like I don't feel safe. Like, oh, he's gonna crash. And so, especially with my family, I don't feel like I trust them with my family.
I think you feel that way because he's ungrounded, you know?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what he's capable of. That's what I say. He's like this one day, and then the other day he's like that. Like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna get. Like, you're unpredictable. That's not safe. You gotta be, grounded, like you say. You gotta know who you are. Like, he's like
He
an
is
identity
so
thing.
I'm guessing that he's struggling even more than you are for a lot of the same reasons. And he's dealt with it in a different way. And I just feel there's a lot of grief. And so because he's not been able to figure out how to process it, it's very hard for him to ground himself. So
Yes.
but I don't feel anything like negative about him. I feel like like you, I feel like he's a really kind soul. But that's a big challenge, the fact that he's unable to ground himself.
Yeah. I can't trust him. It doesn't make me feel like there can be trust until he's grounded because he's capable of harming someone. You
Well, it's because
know.
he's not seeing things clearly. Because again, it's
Yes.
because his responses are not based in like a real open-hearted processing of emotions because he hasn't been able to process his grief. So yeah, of
Yeah.
course that's going to feel a little unsafe, right? Because he's not in his heart.
Yeah. Yes. So that brotherhood aspect for me is weird. It's like, but my older brother that passed, I feel that brotherhood was strong. So I mean, I've had strong brotherhood. I mean, I feel like, but you can't get it from everybody. But but with James, I do feel like a connection there. And then it was just those subconscious blocks that I don't know, those Akashic records when they were being erased. Feel like that, those energies are loosened now, so I can sort of like spread my wings a little bit more. So I'm chipping away, and like I'm receiving, divine messages to move forward. So I'm trying to move forward at the same time, it's sort of like um, still trying to get out of my normal routine. Like jump one thing at a time, like chipping, I'm trying to like incorporate, one new positive trait, one new positive habit, you know, to chip away. Cause been meditating more. I mean, that I'm doing more, trying to be more in silence. And even my toning, I don't feel so weird doing it because it's not so, doesn't have to be so dramatic. It can just be
Yeah.
something simple. So little by little.
Yeah, the toning is good. Really help you get in tune with that Cernunnos frequency and that divine masculine energy, especially when you do deeper tones. Yeah, bring through the deeper tones.
Mm, okay, deeper tones.
You might even be able to find some like online groups to tone with if you heard, because I know in-person stuff is spotty, spotty here and there these days with everything going on in the world. But it's just as effective in a group online as in person for the most part. And it just amplifies the energies. Highly recommend it. So, and you might
Yeah,
meet one of those soul brothers doing that. So,
yeah. Like a group toning session.
yeah,
Okay, we'll look that up.
yeah,
Sounds interesting.
yeah. I know at least one person that does them I could refer you to if you really want, but I'll let you also maybe investigate. And if you want me to send you their contact, I can.
Okay, that would work. Okay, I'll leave that open. Let's see how the energies feel.
Yeah. So how did that feel? Like, what really of that little journey there, starting from 4 and then working our way from that to teenager to adult you, doing your fully living out your purpose and you getting sick and connecting with, or before really connecting with Jesus and feeling lost and getting sick and all that. Like, what about that journey stood out the most for you? This is my first question. Like, what was really like, wow?
The the highs and the lows is wow. Like the amount of like, you get these messages like, oh well, you're meant for something higher. You have a higher purpose. And then I was like, oh, well, how does that affect my life? Oh well, if I have a higher purpose, probably have a lower fall for the higher purpose. Like so, you get the the quiet kid with with the poverty mindset to, oh, I'm seeing I'm in sports. Oh, real life, start from the bottom. Oh, work my way up and then get my full-time job. Oh, in the same company, I, I work real hard from position to position, climb all the way up. Oh, position management, then straight down. And then just a lot of that. A lot of and I'm feeling like experience. These are like not you can't get this from this paper from Cal State LA that I got. It doesn't do justice for the life experience that I had. For the ones that I'm going to show how to heal themselves to, for those people, I didn't like it. The whole healing thing was weird. It's like, I'm learning how to heal myself so I can show others how to heal themselves, not for me to heal them. So how did I, okay, well, I had to dig deep. I had to like really look at myself in the mirror, really like, what is the ugly? You gotta work on the ugly. What do you hate about yourself? And just, you know, start from there. Just the anger, why is so much anger? Just, oh, that resentment. Oh, okay. And then like try to just, you know, give that to yourself and ask for as much support as you can. Like just that search for truth, for the highest help, for, you know, the highest good. Just what's truth? What is truth? You know, I want, you know, it's been like that search the whole life. Like always trying to be better, but just tough circumstances, you know. Especially younger. Oh, I was really zany too. I was zany. But you know, like even, yeah, just it was a wild ride, like crazy. Driving trucks in LA, like, like weirdest. Like, what was you thinking? Like, you know, you think like that when you're drunk, but this is my real life. I was like, for years, I would drive a tractor inside FedEx, and I'd be moving trailers back and forth all around the yard. They call him a yard dog, and I'd be doing it without a shirt, just roaming the yard, taking care of everything. Like, what's this dude? He works in the, he has no shirt on. What's wrong with this guy? That's how I roll. I don't know. You know, they put me here, so I'm just gonna do what I do. But I was one of the best though. Like, you know, I not only helped like physically, but you know, organizationally. Like, hey, your sort doesn't even set up before the sort. You should do that before you guys start operating. Why don't you guys? And then okay, now they start doing that. I got that idea from the weird guy with the shirt, no shirt. Anyways, I can feel that energy like come into my life now. Like,
Good.
yeah, because it wasn't really even like a hint of like, oh, what does that other person think? It was not even like that. That was not even in my awareness. So it's kind of like that. So if I picture that energy, it was like strong, strong and bright. Like, all right, this is what I'm creating for myself. Let's move into it. And then instead of like, oh, okay, this is where I am, so I'm just gonna like try to protect myself. And I really have so many things bother me. It's like a more forward moving motion in that time of my life.
Your true energy is not that there's nothing about you that's self-protective. Like in your true full embodiment, you're very and you're not self-doubting, you're not wondering what other people think. You're very grounded and just solid in who you are and very calm and confident about sharing that with other people in a very grounded, masculine, divine masculine way. And it's a really beautiful energy that the world needs a lot. It does. And it's not just about you being like when we did your Akashic journey last week, it's not just about you being up in these higher realms connecting with God and like not being able to translate that and being just like this angel. It's about taking that energy and really embodying it really fully and marrying it with the part that Cernunos kind of very physical earthy masculine, divine masculine, or sacred masculine, we'll just say. You're almost like merging the divine masculine and the earthy sacred masculine into one. So it's almost like I feel like your second formula will be about that other aspect that we went through today, and you'll be like bringing in hand. It's almost, I feel like you're gonna get out of this middle ground of being sort of like, which is what the matrix does, right? The matrix disconnects people from earth and from spirit both, and this is going to amplify those connections to earth and spirit for you more, and bypass a lot of the middle stuff that has been, like you said, this sort of weird kind of like, I don't want to say toxic masculine, but you know what I mean? This ego stuff that you sometimes deal with at
Mm.
your work that is just so, it's actually very fragile energy. And like you were saying, like with your brother, it's very ungrounded. And it's not representative of the truth of who you are. And you know that. So now it's like your opportunity to get more into alignment and bring that forward, because people do need you to do that. It's not just for yourself, but it really, others like need you to be a role model.
Yeah, I see that, especially, kids in sports and like the whole atmosphere with that. And, yeah, the world needs, you know, divine masculine energy, not this toxic, egoic energy. Like, I didn't have my chance. I'm gonna live through my children. Hey, you better do it right. It's not how to raise our children.
Yeah, actually, just feeling actually a bit into the energy of your daughter, your children. I haven't seen your other children. I've only seen the one little video of your daughter, but they're definitely, because they haven't been so affected yet, right? Especially your littlest one, right? By a lot of the programs. Like she's helping you to get more into your truest self. That's part of her role. So, you know, take her cues, take her cues, and enjoy that playfulness with her, because it sometimes just being in that present moment playfulness, which I think you already do, but just to give them a little bit more context, it can help you to um, step into the present moment 0 point, so that those old stories and energies and timelines that were carrying that old energy can fall away, to allow you to step into this new timeline with these um, more aligned connections to who you are. So, our kids, our little ones really do play a really important role in that alchemy, we'll just say, through play.
Hmm, I get you. Yeah, she is definitely something, someone special in my role. Like, just the way we interact, it's very different than my son. Um, but yeah, I can sense that with my daughter.
Good, good.
Mhm.
So, how, and like, I'm just curious because you haven't said anything much about it, but how did you feel about meeting with 4-year-old Noel? Like, how did that feel for you?
No, 4-year-old. Going back to that. Hmm. Trying to connect deeper with I'm going back to the image of me looking at my mother, when just looking at her before she got hit me with a belt. Um, but he didn't know what was gonna happen. Okay, if I go forward, I really feel like just like like a warm hug. I feel like a little teddy bear, kind of just being just being held, like so much confusion, just like, what's going on? That doesn't know how to even react or know what's going on. It's just all these harsh feelings, and then somebody coming, it's like, it's almost like you could put little Noel in like in a hug. You can curl up and then just in a blanket, and I can just kind of relax and then kind of like just dissipate and then dissolve into me, and then just be comfortable within me. And I can just like jump in and stretch their arms out within myself and integrate within myself, kind of live within me, I feel. Just kind of like hang out, just like hang out.
Yeah. It feels like the whole energy has softened. It feels way more integrated than before, way more from an energetic standpoint. And as it continues to finish, I just feel like an opening of your throat chakra, because I've been a little bit blocked in my throat chakra over the call. So it's because it was just like you weren't allowed to say anything. You weren't allowed to defend yourself. You weren't allowed to, there was no communication. It completely shut you up. And then so sometimes when you're dealing with these situations, like with your brother or people at work where they're talking over you, it's because it's related to this, it's showing up partially because of that 4-year-old that was shut up, that is still, getting, or that wasn't really healed and that is now getting healed out. So can you appreciate the connections there?
Yes. Yeah, I can. Especially with my communication in my throat, there's always been something there. Like there's no allowance, like there's no validity, there's no, there's no worth in the sound of my voice, when I was younger. Then as I got older,
Okay. Can you say that one more time, and say it one more time? Because I really felt that down here. There was no
allowance, no worth for my sound.
There was no worth in my voice when I was younger.
When I was younger.
Yeah. And that was what caused the anger. And that is part of why you had the health problem. So we're just clearing all that out. We're just like offering all that back to God's source.
Wow.
Woo! It's wonderful. It's a beautiful day. This is a joyful occasion. We're clearing it out through all time, space, dimension, and reality. And so it is. Just give a nice big breath out and see any dark energy, residual energy kind of coming out of your mouth, pursed lips, and just send it back to the sun. Send it back to the sun. Watch the sun absorb it. It's taking it all up, recycling it, transmuting it, alchemizing it. All that darkness is done, complete, null, void, and gone. It's also cleared from your Akashic record through all time, space, dimension, and reality, through all worlds. Toria karia sa naria kotriya siatiaka, karia shiporia sa taria satai. Nia satoria asia sitiaka taria siakiaka, karia sisitoriaka karia siati. Maria shasato atria sasatiaka kari tai Maria siatiatoria pataria siti. Maria notia tatoria sasati akiria tiapa, pori ashasiti kotria siata kotria ashitia kotria. Niako koria shasatiaka koria sakoto kotoria siatatari nari asitiako ua taiata koria sa kotoria sa kotoria satiri. Nia paporia shashatiaka koria sataka koria sasitiaka kotoria satii. Naria sa pota kotoria sa paria sa kotoria sa kati asa tai. Nei aparia koto amnaria siaka koria shashati aka kadi ato asiata. Korea sa siti akatria nasiata, Korea siti apatria si ati akata. Paria sha kotoria na pa paria shiti okasiata. Karia karia just feeling come up your throat and out again. One more time, blowing that dark energy out to the sun, watching it be absorbed. Karia sa sataria ka sotoria sa kataria sa kararia si pataria si kataria si a. Nea sa ya kotoria sa katiria sa gaboria paparia shashatia kakotoria satia. Offering all templating of the serpent energy of the old serpent kundalini force back to the sun. This is what's been holding you back from your ascension. Big blow. Korea kataria sa pataria sa sitia kakotoria sa sitia katoria papatia. Naria sa kotoria shasatia kakaria papatia sa katoria sa katia. Pea chatoria ataria si naria si atoria si sitia kakotoria satia. Toria satia kakatoria sa sitia ta patoria sa katia sa katoria satia. Neapo tania si katoria sa katoria sa tatia sa sato ati asi. Pataria shashatoria sasatoria casatoria sakataria si atoria si katoria si ata. Eteria sakatoria 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 sakatiata. Toria ta potoria shashatoria sakatoria 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 sakita. Moria nana nire satoria sapatia kokotoria shashatia kakotoria sati. Naria sasatoria sa opening your third eye. Taria sakatoria 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 sakataria sititia papatoria satia. Opening your crown chakra. Maria Sakatoria Shashatia Kakoria Papatoria Sakatoria Sakatoria Satia, Lea Sapatoria Sasatoria Sasatoria Sakatoria 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 Satia, Peria Shashatoria Kakatoria Sakatoria 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 Sakite, Pataria Papatia Shatatoria Tia Papatoria Shakatoria Shakatoria Shati. Mia Shato Tari Karia Sato Paria Shakati Ata Toria Sitia Patiaki. Daria Sakoto Asi Kotoria Sakato Padia Sakato Asetia Katai. Nia papo pari asitiriako atiria. One more time, it's coming up. Blowing that energy of the sun. Kataria sakotoria sakotoria satii. Niria sakataria sakatoria sakatoria sakotoria 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 satii. I'm seeing Jesus, so just receiving the full healing and golden like I see him like in that gold leaf, like illuminated. So just receiving the golden Christed frequencies of Jesus Christ now in your cellular embodiment in your DNA structure. Katiria sakotoria sakotoria sa, batiria sakotoria 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 satia, kotoria sakotoria sakotoria satoria pataria satiti turupotoria satia. Kiria sakoa nataria si paria shashato karia si katiaka. Koriashaka, Nariasi, Toriasi, Potoriasa, Katiasa, Toriasi, Tiaka. Niapo, Poriasha, Pariasiti, Tariasa, Potoriasi, Kotoriasi, Katiaka, Koriasha, Sati, Atoriasa, Katoriasa, Katoriasa, Kutoriasa, Katoriasa, Katoriasa, Tia. Niriasha, Po, Pariasi, Sitia, Koto, Kariasa, Siti, Akatoriasiata, Koriasha, Soto, Kariasia, Teriapa, Poriasia, Tieto, Koriasia, Tiaka. Niria sapo poriashi asiata koriasi karieto poriashi teriaka koriashi pariata tariasi kariasa kotoriasi katoriasi potorioso teriaka. Niria papo pariashi asitriaka koriasi kariapa pariasi teriako koriashi teriapa pariasi katorioso kotorioso teriasi katoriasi teriaka. Pia shatia natariasa koriashaka koriashi teriapa koriasha nasi tariaso satiaka koriasi katoriasa kotoriasi teriaka. Kisi ako Korea sata Koreasha kotriasi kotoria sotriaka Deria sako Koreasi sitiapa pariashi sisitirio sitiaka Deria pa pariasho Korea siatiaka kotoria sakotoria sakotoria sikia Korea satiaka kotoria satitiaka kotoria saketiata kotoria satia Niapa pa paria shakoto asi kato shashiti akatoria sitia Koro setia poporia shusitia ko korea seti apotoroya setia. Keato toria sosotia ka kori kori asitia kotoria setia. Corona seti anariasia potoriasa koriasha sisiti akari setia. To mari pare tara poto chutiaka tari pata taria potoria sato tari ki paria natodra tataria poto taria patari kato taria seta pata tari akatai. Neria sa potoria sha tataria sa kotoria si kataria sia potoria sa kataria siata. Just visualizing a rainbow going from one, opening the palms of your hands and just visualizing a rainbow going from one palm over your head to the other palm. Teria satatoria kakatoria sakatoria 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 satia kata. Koria shatatoria papatoria shashatoria katatoria sasatia kakatoria satia. Ni siti potoria si katiria si sato dataria patria kotoria satatoria satia ka. Nia poto ashishitia ka karia si sitio potoria siti. Nari atatia kotoria siaka. Koria shashato kotoria sitiaka. Kore ana siaka kari kari asiato koto niasatiaka. Ella, oh, nori asato toreko sesitia potoria sasetia kotoria setiaka, korea asato tariasi kadisia potoria setiaka tariasitia. Just visualizing now to close a beautiful golden rays of light emanating from your heart to your whole body, emanating these Christ rays throughout your entire flash, throughout your entire aura, throughout your entire home, throughout your entire community, throughout your entire country, throughout the world. And so it is, and it is done in Jesus' name. So start by just with the first breath, feeling into your fingers and toes, wiggling them around. Second breath, feeling into your root and grounding your root, feeling beautiful tendrils of light, roots going down into the crystalline grid of the earth, anchoring yourself. Third breath, feeling a beautiful ray of diamond white light descending from source into your crown chakra, through your whole spinal column, down through your root, down, connecting you all the way to the center of Mother Earth, into the crystalline core of Gaia. Fourth breath, seeing yourself fully surrounded in a golden egg of light, of protection, as you finish integrating this healing over the next days and weeks to come. Fifth breath, really feeling into your heart, breathing in and out through your heart. Feeling again into the power of your physicality. The next breath, becoming very aware of your surroundings, becoming very present to any background noises, to your space. And with one final breath, becoming very alert. When you're ready, opening your eyes, fully present and ready to come back to this space.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Yay!
Yeah, that was great to clear. Oh, that was so awesome. You helped me find that. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm feeling just a little emotional.
Oh yeah. Well,
Big hug.
yeah. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that. That was beautiful. Yeah, that was way in there. Well, some things are not in my consciousness, you know. Yeah, that was beautiful. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. How are you feeling? If you had to put it in like two, 3 words.
I feel more integrated. Integrate. That's a word that I could come up. Integrate. It's been a theme too. You know, floating around. It conjures like know, when you watch a movie and then that one scene, you're like, oh, that's me. Yeah, that message for me. It's like I'm picturing like the messages of like apply yourself. Okay, that's time to apply yourself, and engage. Time to engage. You know, to really like that point where the energy, there's an energy shift, and that can like it's perpetual. Feeling that energy.
You feel like you can be more actionable.
Yes. Actionable within my divine purpose.
Yeah.
That, yeah, that like a clarity, a clarity with it. And then not only like yeah, there was clarity, but like I needed the propulsion, you know, like to get going. And I feel like I've got that going. Like now they can like come from a whole self or a more whole self, more integrated self.
Yes. We covered a lot today. We did a very important inner child healing that was not only affecting like you coming to your purpose, but it also is related to your past illness in the past, and clearing that out. And like now it's like all cleared and offered back to God, which is beautiful. And we got really clear on what's on your purpose, and also what's going to really support you on your purpose and this brotherhood. So, and then also how that relates to your family and how you give to your family, and then how that it all relates to your daughter. So like we covered so much, and how things related to the activations in the last session, and how, you know, everything is meant to get brought together. So definitely I would suggest going over it one more time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much gems in our conversation. I haven't still there's still so much to wonder and ponder from our last session. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Well, you know, when you're ready, we can always, if you feel like it would be important to do, you know, any follow up, you just let me know. But I think there's a lot came through, you know, and not every session has to be a big session. Like if you ever just want to do like an hour to have more of a like chat, integration, follow up, that's also on the table, right? It's not,
Oh, okay.
you know, like just letting you know. So
Okay.
if you feel like you need
Yeah,
it.
that'd be great. Yeah, that would be great because yeah, my ego self can only like get so far, and then like integration, and then I sort of need that little boost sometimes from spirit, and you know, I feel so resonate with you.
Yeah.
And I
Today
know that
was,
because yeah, oh, sorry, I was gonna say, and I know I resonate with you because like other people, there will be like a little hiccup here and there, and then I already feel like, no, they're not right. But not with you, it's like there's a hiccup, but no, it's like we're just gonna keep working at it. Like just like the energy is so strong with you, you know. You're just you just have a very calm energy, very loving, sweet, insightful, you know, energy that really like makes me feel comfortable and at ease to really just like open up and not have to like really feel like our words are divinely guided. Yeah, and in every way, in all in every way we communicate, you know, because there's so much that resonates. Like, how can I be? Yeah,
it is divinely guided. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I was definitely tapping in, you know, through divine channels and to work through some of that energy with you, you know, today. So I feel it was very successful. I think both of your sessions in their own way have been extremely successful for what each one was, meaning like achieving to do. And I I feel like even if nothing else, you already have so much to work with, you know? So that makes me really happy. And I'd love, um, actually, maybe this be a good point to just like close the recording and then I can share a few things. But is there anything else you want to
Okay.
share on the record before we close that
Okay.
part?
No, I think I'm okay. It's just my appreciation. I really appreciate you. Like you're like you're like showing what it is to just be open and out there and doing the work. And it's like it's great to see, and you're still growing and you're still doing it, but you're still going, and it's great to see that. You know, just so happy I finally in this time where I'm ready to like bloom in my own way.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We're all on a journey. Everybody, most people, like, I don't want to get too heavy, but like for the most part, most people have been very disconnected from spirit for a lot of reasons to do with like social cultural norms. And so for anybody, even the most even very advanced teachers, which I'm quite advanced. I'm not seeing that as ego. I'm like I've done a lot of work on myself, and like there's always room for growth because we're moving into a whole new paradigm, a whole
Mm,
new, and that's going to be very informed by the divine feminine and by the sacred masculine energies. And the if if we don't know how to embody those energies first, truly what they really mean, then it's really hard to do anything new because everything starts with relationship to self and other.
yes, beautifully she said. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's where that comes from.
Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. This was great.